Kuzangpo and welcome to Bhutan This Week. I'm Bemal Hadan. Our top stories for the week. With Tashi Commercial winning the legal battle, Thimphu will now have to look for an alternative land to designate as taxi parking. The people of Laya under Gasa Gyeok are eagerly waiting for power supply in the Gyeok. And increasing number of multi-drug resistant tuberculosis patients has incurred the government huge expenses in treating the patients. The legal battle between Thimphu and Tashi Commercial Corporation finally comes to an end, with Tashi Commercial Corporation officially taking over the taxi parking area. The taking of the land was done after the Supreme Court passed the verdict in favor of Tashi Commercial Corporation in August.
This taxi parking area near the Bhutan Oil Distributors fuel depot, which measures close to 50 decimal, was used as a taxi parking since 2002. However, from tomorrow, the area will no longer be used as taxi parking anymore. This is because the land now legally belongs to Tashi Commercial Corporation as per the verdict passed by the Supreme Court. The verdict states that if the government requires the land for the benefit of the public, the Tromde can acquire it. The Tromde Tsogdu has decided to acquire the land since there is no other place in the town to designate the taxi parking area.
So we have started the process to acquire the land, which is first is to write to Land Commission to allow us acquire the land, which is as per the Land Act. And then once the approval is obtained from Land Commission, we would be requesting the Royal Government, the Ministry of Finance, to allocate us the budget so that we can pay the cost of the land to Tashi Commercial Corporation.
Meanwhile, taxi drivers are not very pleased with the news.
Tama dajabsagi bajunalo ngachi taxi ma parking ma be kebe bewachin customer gasimi di woni se de misilu kangil temme dele tangba ngachi lu kangil niba misilu kangil dele ani be kale te ngachi gi la be mi besile te da ma changli mi thang jode ngachi la gajisum chi be ni mo se te thombela ani shuda te thombegi sume da digi betap de kocherki nale te pu dura dubi zora zose da ganya ngachi gi labni mi da naba doba Rotashilo Baza Chutamle, Sadi Tubi, that Charachap Dama, Po Jogose, Kocheki Chapter 9.
From the Sogdeki Katutule Bere, Terro, Lapo Jasugi, Sagote, Kongi, Yamchu, Betikibe, the legiment Lalin, the Chaji, the legend, some did do, then a Chigi Katule Besocero, Mimangi Katule Besocero, that Ninanarachi. 다 젠카포와 포탑이 간데민도 대답 되도 마팔라라 미노 답 되도 다 팁다 달로티 나치 니나라 답 뒤에 때 니나라 포탑이 없지 나치 그래와디 대바르게 대바르 유스 주니
타조지 나치로 디제미즈미 요 밀라 나치 요 이루 미루 나차라 택시 나 다레 파킹에 데미 가라 파킹에 미 가라 택시 치루 텐디게 베 자산 데베 촌데일라 다 아니데 자니 좀고 투시다 디디디 다 가치로 미 authority mi desu gi ningu sem do chi ba chen kai gre no sam thep ta de be chap chot zena ma chen de na tek sem mangi hole cutting ta so pong ni me te ma di ma polera tab me des shuni.
To this, the Thimphu Trompen said that Tromde has no authority since the land belongs to Tashi Commercial Corporation. He said that Tromde is willing to acquire the land if Tashi Commercial Corporation agrees.
We didn't really have formal talks, but we have written to them, indicating that we would have to acquire that land because we have no other options. And considering the scenario in Thimphu, the vehicle population going up and there's scarcity of parking spaces, Tromde on our own are initiating to have multi-storied parking spaces being proposed in 2 locations. Now we are struggling to improve the situation. And if the taxi parking, which is indeed a sufficient space for the taxis, if that is taken away or we have to give it away, then we are foreseeing more problem of parking space within the city.
Thimphu Tromde and the taxi drivers share the common hope of getting back the land. On the other hand, Tashi Commercial Corporation has their own plan.
Forcefully, they have occupied this space, which is legally owned by us. From the apex court, it has given us the land is ours. Despite that, again they are saying they want to occupy further, which becomes very, very biased, and I should say it's a very vindictive action going to be taken by Thimphu Tromde.
He added Thimphu Tromde should look for alternative taxi parking area.
Tashi, as a company, we are a private company. We do not have mandate to look after the welfare of taxis. In fact, Thimphu Tromde is more than 3 months after the judgment from the Supreme Court. Now, Thimphu Tromde, they should have made alternatives, options where they should be. Now, the welfare of taxis should be taken care by the Thimphu Tromde, not us.
Meanwhile, taxi drivers have appealed to higher authorities for the use of land as parking area. Sharab Sangmo for BBS News.
The people of Laya under Gasageog are eagerly waiting for power supply. Electrification works, which started about 2 years, is expected to be complete in about 4 months. In the absence of electricity, people are resorting to an alternative, that is solar power.
Located at an altitude of about 3,840 meters above sea level, Laya Geog is one of the closest human settlements to the glaciers. The villages in the Geog are isolated and the terrain is extremely rugged. In Laya, when the day ends and the dusk approaches, residents use the solar powered bulbs to illuminate their homes. This is due to the absence of electricity in the Geog. However, with the installation of electricity poles in the Geog, people are hopeful that their village will soon glitter with the electric power supply to serve their needs 24 hours a day.
We face a lot of problem without electricity. We use solar energy at present, but it works only when the weather is sunny, as it needs to be charged. If electricity reaches our Geog, it would be very helpful for us, as we don't have to collect firewood for cooking and also for keeping our houses warm. Once our Geog is electrified, we will have chance to use the electrical appliances. We hope it will take around 3 to 4 months for our Geog to be electrified.
Meanwhile, with the arrival of electricity, the lifestyles of the villagers is expected to change. Laya said that they're going to bid goodbye to the use of firewood. They said the brighter living space and surroundings will also help improve the hygiene, practice and sanitation of the residents. Laya Geog is officially 3 days' work from Gasa. Compiled for Bumpongdi, Kinzangishi for BBS News.
With increasing number of multi-drug resistant tuberculosis, the government has been incurring huge expenses in treating the patients. Besides reach diet, government spends over 400,000 niltrum just to treat a patient. Multi-drug resistant tuberculosis is a man-made phenomenon. According to the Director General of Public Health, poor treatment, poor quality of drug and poor adherence leads to development of MDR-TB. Generally in Bhutan, majority of cases with MDR-TB are mainly because of the negligence. The Director General of Public Health said TB patient needs to complete their treatment so that they don't become resistant to the drugs.
In most of the cases, after 2 months or so, you gain weight, you can eat well, the appetite comes back, you feel as if you are better, your fever gets better. So people don't comply. They don't come back to take medicines. So suddenly again you suffer after 2, 3, 4 years.
Today in Gidagom Hospital, of the 27 TB cases, 23 were detected as MDR-TB. Most of them are students and have been undergoing treatment for past 4 to 5 months. For the normal TB patient, the treatment would last for 6 months, but once detected as MDR-TB, the treatment would go up to 24 months. Meanwhile, the burden on the government treating the patients also goes up.
Normal TB $34, but if you put on kanamycin and the multi-drug, it goes to $2,840 per person. But if you go further extreme drug, this is multi-drug. Again, if you go extreme and put higher antibiotic, then it will come to about $6,000 or $7,000 treatment.
Doctor added that it is a serious concern and the ministry is working towards several measures to avoid such extreme TB cases. These are early detection and treatment, tracking down the patient to remind dosage on time and directly observed therapy, among others. As per the record maintained by the Gidagom Hospital, till date there are a total of 41 MDR TB cases across the country. Last year, 11 new cases were reported. Pematsuki for BBS News. What do detainees do once they complete their terms at the detention center? One of the best ways forward is doing business. This was what officials of Loden Foundation said when they met with inmates at Thimphu Detention Center on Thursday.
As part of the Global Entrepreneurship Week, the Loden Foundation organized a talk on shaping the future through entrepreneurship. Detainees at the Thimphu Detention Center are those with sentences of less than 3 years. The special executive of Loden Foundation talked about how business could be the best answer for inmates who want successful lives. He talked about Loden providing financial help and urged everyone to think of innovative business ideas. He also shared the reason for Loden Foundation taking up this initiative.
Especially the youth, they have a long way to go, and when they are in the prison, they have a lot of time to think what they want to do after they come out of the prison. So basically we want to give them the drive, the spark, so that when they come out they become a productive citizen. If they want to go into a business, we want to tell them that in the advance from where they can get support, what kind of business they have to do, and share some ideas how they can be a productive citizen.
There was also a question-answer session after the talk. More than 90 inmates are currently serving their terms at the Thimphu Detention Center. Sharab Sangmo for BBS News.
In a 2 weeks' time, the Mifam Kabum Wonglung will begin in Phinsiling. The preparation works are in full swing at the Wong site in Tursa. The organizers say the works are on track and about 80% is complete. Namkhai Ningpo Rinpoche will preside over the ceremony. The construction of temporary hall of 90 meters by 80 meters to accommodate devotees is complete. According to the organizers, they are expecting more than 20,000 devotees. The Wong, they say, is important for people from all walks of life.
For example, if one is a doctor, then there are things about medicines in the teaching. Similarly, for astrologers, the teaching includes astrology. Even for the general public, the students and monks, all the essentials for daily rituals are included in the teaching. So the Wangling this year is scared and important for everyone.
He added that instead of Dilgo Khense Kabum Wong as announced earlier, Jamyang Khense Kabum Wong will be performed. Unlike the first such Wong in 2011, where residents and devotees complained of poor sanitation, this time the organizers have built toilets below the Wong site. Water taps have also been placed at various points to avoid water shortage. Construction of kitchen and stores are almost complete. The organizers will provide lunch for devotees during the ceremony. For security, watchtowers have also been constructed, and setting up of various stalls is also going on. Rinpoche will be accompanied by around 700 monks and nuns from Kharchu Drasang in Bumtang and its branch monasteries. The 2-month-long ceremony will begin from 5th of December. Kampal for Samwongdi, Memasuki for BBS News. Most Dungsam cement dealers across the country feel that they should be allowed to supply cements outside their designated areas, which for now is not allowed. The issue was once again highlighted when the officials from Dungsam Cement Corporation met with the cement dealers of the Western region in Phinsiling on the 26th of this month.
Dongsam cement dealers are barred from supplying cement outside the areas of sale they applied for. This is clearly stated in the contract agreement between the dealers and the Dongsam Cement Corporation, but the dealers want to sell outside their areas of supply as well.
We have to market the product where there are big projects, but even if I capture that market, as per the agreement, I will not be able to supply it because my dealership is for Thimphu only. In Bhutan, we have to market the product ourselves. But on the other hand, we are not allowed to supply when we actually find a market. I think this is conflicting.
I think what is important is that we supply enough to the areas we applied. Once the demand in our respective areas is met, we should be allowed to sell the surplus to other areas, be it 1 or 2 bags or in bulk.
The Chief Executive Officer of Dongsam Cement Corporation, Doji Norvu, however, said that it is not possible to reconsider the clause because it would be a breach of the agreement between them and the dealers. Moreover, it would not be fair for those who were not selected as dealers for not adhering to the clause.
They have participated in the tender stating that I want to sell Dongsam cement in that particular region, say Chukha. And there are persons who have applied to sell in Pinasanchu. And whether they have the capability, ability to sell in that area, evaluation was done as per the consultant's report. They are approved thereafter by the board. So based on that, each and every person or group of persons are assigned a region. And the moment they go out of their domain, say the Chukha person sells it in Pinasanchu, his market is getting eroded because there the number of dealers vis-a-vis the quantity of cement sale is equated. Where there is least market, there's only one agent.
On the marketing front, he said 20% of the total cement produce will be supplied to Bhutan and the rest to India. However, since the corporation has not received the distribution license from Bureau of Indian Standard and Bhutan Standard Bureau, the supply to India, Indian government-funded projects in Bhutan and Bhutanese government-funded projects has not yet started.
We have to have the license from Bureau of Indian Standard because there is an agreement with the government of Bhutan and government of India that all the government of India funded projects in Bhutan, if the cement is procured, then the cement must have Bureau of Indian Standard licenses. So that is the agreement, and that agreement is indefinite. The period is for indefinite period. Only if we have BIS license, we can sell it to Pinasanchu, Mandichu, and other government of India funded projects.
They expect to get ad hoc or temporary license by the second week of next month and the permanent license by March next year. In the meantime, the corporation has been supplying cement to Bhutanese individuals for private constructions and projects since 19th of this month. They aim to establish 119 cement dealers across the country. Till date, 32 of them have fulfilled the criteria and signed the contract. Dongsam Cement Corporation has the capacity to produce more than 4,000 metric tons of cement every day. Compiled for Sonomongdi, Karmatsring, BVS News.
The 5th Gelifo Tromde Tsogdo has decided to suspend issuing new entertainment business licenses for the time being due to security reasons, mostly related to an increasing number of youth-related crimes. The meeting was held on the 19th of this month.
The Development Control and Monitoring Division of the Gelifo Tromde proposed the suspension of entertainment business licenses.
The existing entertainment centers in Gelifo are enough for now. We have received a letter from the Home Ministry stating that individuals wanting to open entertainment businesses should avail of clearance not only from the Tromde but also from the Dzongkhak, Tungkhak and the police. The Home Ministry has instructed us to limit the number of new entertainment business licenses.
The Namkhaling Tsokpa did not agree with the proposal. He was one of the two Tsokpas who argued that issuing licenses should not be suspended.
There are 7 entertainment centers in Gelifu. Some have just opened and are not even 3 months. Most are less than a year old. We cannot say how long the existing centers will stay open. I have heard that some are even on the verge of closing. I therefore believe that the Tromde should not limit issuing entertainment licenses.
After heated debate among members, it was decided that new entertainment licenses would not be issued for some time. There are some Gelifu residents who are not too happy with the Tromde's decision. They feel rules should be made stricter and monitoring more regular instead of not issuing new entertainment business licenses.
If the entertainment license is withheld, will it not affect those individuals who have already arranged entertainment halls and staff?
Gelifu town currently has 7 entertainment centers. For Karmawangdi, Namgizam for BBS News.
The Regional Food Corporation of Bhutan in Gelifu stopped their retail business earlier this month. This change has left the people of Gelifu unhappy.
Earlier, the residents of Gelifu could buy all their monthly essentials from the Food Corporation of Bhutan store. But ever since the FCB stopped their retail business, making it mandatory for all the customers to buy in bulk from this month, the people are disappointed. The locals say the new system has no benefit for the general public.
As per the new system, people have to buy all 3 items, and this has a cost implication on us. It will be nice if we are allowed to buy only 1 item, which will benefit us financially. For those of us who have limited cash, we cannot afford to buy from the FCB.
This issue was also raised during the recent Zongkak Tsokdo.
This issue has become a big concern for us, especially the local government officials. Without even consulting the people, they have put this new system in place. And if this continues, I think it will be a challenge to fulfill the government's vision of helping the poor and the needy.
The regional manager of the FCB in Gelifu said, so far they have been doing business in wholesale as well as in retail. He added that as per the directives from the regional trade office, they had to put in place the new system.
It is the regional trade in Gelifu who has issued us order saying that we have to obtain a wholesale license and retail license, and we cannot operate under the same umbrella or one location. So we are not able to understand, but we have to respect the order also.
Meanwhile, the officiating officer from the regional trade office said they have issued the orders as per the directives from the Ministry of Trade.
However, I have explained them that yes, until such time we get this space or go down in the market, where we are thinking about to shift this retail license to the market and then wholesale from here. But especially this rice essential items, day-to-day essentials like rice, oil and then salt, we are giving them in piece mix. But other products we are also we are honoring the order of trade, saying that we will not sell as per the order.
In the meantime, it is the local residents who are bearing the brunt. Kampal for Furba, Sherab Sangmo for BBS News.
Call it a blessing in disguise or just a twist of fate, but the much debated Tingtibi town in Shemgang is now doing a good business.
This area where Tingtibi town stands today was once covered with bushes. After the Tingtibi township plan was initiated in 1990s, there was little hope that the town would survive this long. Few shops that were established in the town have not only survived, but are also doing a good business. This good fortune was brought in by the booming construction of houses and also because of upcoming projects in the area. With influx of people and more vehicles passing through the town, the residents are hoping for a brighter future.
project asiri wongbeni beni tosa mititi wombel
da ngima shibda chumela mongju project beni lasila ngima shibdalla da de henger junmela samochu aspiochindra.
This is not all for the people of Tlingtibi. Our reporter Pema Samdu says the residents have bigger aspirations and plans as they expect a good boom after the completion of Gonfu Panbang Nganglam Highway. They said by 2015, when the 770 megawatt Jamkarchu hydropower project execution begins, it would boost their business. Today, Tlingtibi town has 20 shops with more than 800 residents. Compiled for Pema Samdrup, Pema Suki for BBS News.
The public consultative meeting to review the Tenancy Act of 2004 was held in Capital on Tuesday. It was held to gather opinions from the people on the Act. The opinions will be considered while discussing the Tenancy Act in the next session of the Parliament. It has been almost a decade since the Tenancy Act was enacted, but the Act has remained only in papers. It was never implemented. But the government is now determined to implement the Act. The Works and Human Settlement Minister informed the landlords and tenants that fruitful discussion from the consultative meeting will help come up with a good Act.
When disputes happen, what should Tromde do, or how should Works and Human Settlement Ministry clear the disputes? If these responsibilities are precisely mentioned in the Act, it will be convenient for all of us. So the meeting should have fruitful discussion to have a good Act.
Chaired by the Thimphu Trompen, the Act was reviewed by the officials from the Works and Human Settlement Ministry, Thimphu Tromde Office, landlords and tenants. An elaborate deliberation was done on rental agreement clause between the landlord and the tenant, and also on revision of rent clause, which says that the owner shall not increase the house rent before 2 years from the day the house is rented. Pemal Hardin, BBS News. 32 countries have qualified for the FIFA World Cup in Brazil next year. And just ahead of that, FIFA World Cup trophy will be coming to Bhutan. The trophy will be here next month.
These are the countries that have qualified for the World Cup. The FIFA World Cup next year begins in June. The 32 countries that have qualified will be divided into 8 groups, and they will enter into a 1-month fierce battle for the coveted World Cup. While 32 countries celebrate their place in the World Cup, football fans in Bhutan need not feel left out. The World Cup trophy will be heading to Bhutan next month. It will be here on the 20th of December, and fans will get to take pictures with it. A special hologram of memorable moments from the FIFA World Cup over the years will also be displayed. Fulico, the official mascot of the 2014 FIFA World Cup, might also be coming to Thimphu with the trophy. Tenzin Rabki, BBS News.
Well, that's all we have for you this week. Do join us next Saturday for another edition of Bhutan This Week. Thank you for watching.